when your time has come and gone. I'll be the one to carry on, and you can throw me to the walls, 'cause I am undefeatable. I'm hanging on to the other side of this. I won't give up till the end of the marathon. What you get when the stars align is close. You're just an enemy. Welcome to the mind of a different kind. We've been growing slowly. Think I'm on 11, but I'm on a 9. Guess you don't really know me. Running from the past, so there's a game. It never brings you glory. Been down this road before. Already know the story.
Gonna go over some changes to base form Sonic. We added a couple things just to encapsulate the full Sonic Frontiers moveset. The first thing being we added the air boost. So if you jump in the air and you right-click boost, you get this. So yeah.
You go that far, wow.
Yeah, it's a very fun move, and if you want, you can kind of spam it. It's very hard to spam, though. You kind of have to... Yeah. And don't worry about fall damage, because again, you don't really take much.
Yeah, you had like feather fall in 10 or something.
And even if you do, let me just go in the air. Just to further remind you all, you use Stomp, you're just fine. So yeah. Another thing we added to further encapsulate the full combat side of the Sonic Frontiers gameplay is we added the sidestep. So when you're holding homing attack, you can press Q and F to do a little sidestep. Q being to dodge left, F being to dodge right. And we're going to showcase this real quick with the skeleton. Sonic, if you would. Hey, buddy. Nope. Oh, I was too slow on that one.
Bad example, but yeah.
Yep. Timing's still required, so you still have to be good at the game. I hit you. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm a creative. No Sonic rushes or harms to make this video.
Okay, but yeah, it's just a little combat little thing, Q and F, just to further, you know, drive home the combat side to give you like some nice quick movements to, you know, dodge enemy attacks. So yeah. One little minor change that was added, we updated Sonic's buffs. We gave him strength 2, and resistance has been buffed up to 3, just to make him more sturdy. But I believe that is all the changes made to, nope, there's one more change. So we increased the damage to Sonic's Wild Rush now. So it just does slightly more, does a bit more damage than it does than it did before. Yeah, so there's mainly just been some rebalance changes. Oh yeah, so just keep them coming real quick so I can build up the meter. Just keep them coming. Hey guys.
Oh, you mean the...
Yeah, I'm gonna show off the Wild Rush. I mean, not the Wild Rush, the Phantom Rush.
Phantom Rush.
Phantom Rush. Just spawn a bunch and just keep spawning them.
Do you want me to just thing?
Oh, I mean,
that?
Yeah, that works too. All right, so yeah, it does slightly more damage now. So yeah. All right, and with all of that out of the way, that's all the functional and base form changes that was, you know, added, little tweaks here and there. But finally, we can move on to what you're all here for. This right here. And here, this is just what it looks like from an outside perspective. It looks really cool. So yeah. Okay, so to actually transform into Supersonic, obviously you need all the 7 Chaos Emeralds. As you can see, I only have 1. So if I try to right-click this now, you need 6 more Chaos Emeralds. Okay, I think my friend here has them on him. If you can do some kind of to pass that over.
Ah, yes, 1 sec, let me just... Okay.
These are shiny gems you got here. Things that I would be happy to take off you. Because, in a second here, you ready for this? I think it's time we move on to the supersonic review, don't you think?
Yeah. Yep.
Let's do it. Alright, first up for Supersonic is his flight, because he has that. So, he has 3 modes of flight. The first one being hover. So all you have to do is jump in the air and press F, and you'll have this. You'll just be able to hover around. You can move. It's a very slow. It's not like creative mode flight, but it's just so you can like hover and do attacks while you're at a stationary position midair. But the next one is more exciting. It's the boost. So at any position, doesn't really matter. You just want to hit right click, and you'll instantly take off. So you have the angle ready?
It is very fast, so just be careful.
Yeah, you ready? 3, 2, 1, boom! Alright, you can't really... It's kind of hard to turn, but it won't be when you actually play this in single player. It's just our servers really budget. But yeah, normally you'll be able to turn and whatnot. I can't, so I'm just kind of switching between hover and boosted flight, but normally you'll just be able to turn and move the direction just based on the way you're facing. We're on a budget right now, so.
Hi everyone, I'm here on my single player world because for some reason the flight didn't work on Atronos.
Yeah, the server's bad. We got that nice good budget server, so we're here to prove that the coding is not bad and it does in fact work. It's just the server's bad.
If I use my boost flight, I'm able to turn, as you can see.
Yeah. But yeah. The next thing is the assisted flight, or what's that called? That's called
normal mode.
Yeah, normal mode.
I call it normal flight.
Normal flight. So in case you have another flying person and you're being chased or whatnot, you can kind of turn around and use attacks while you're flying. So you want to press F, and then you can kind of turn around. You can do different attacks. Just a little preview on what that kind of looks like. But yeah, that's what that is. And then to stop flying, you want to press Q. And yeah, that's flying. So quick recap: we got hover with F when you first start. Boosted is with the right click. Come back to you. All right. And then of course at normal flight is just F while you're already hovering. So yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then Q to stop. So woo! It's already amazing so far. You really did your thing with this, didn't you? This is great.
Yep, I definitely tried hard with this data.
And you will be paid handsomely for it later. Alright.
Okay, guys, so there's a bit of a correction. The flight works in a bit of a different way. So as you can see in his screen right there, there's a name that says flight. There'll be 2 flight modes. So you right click to access the one on the right, and then you press F to access the listed mode on the left.
So right
I
now,
made it this way so that you can go into any mode whenever you want.
So right now, as I'm boosting around, I have hover and normal. So if I right click while I'm boosting around, I'll switch into. Hang on, let me come back so you can see this. So right now, while I'm boosting, my things turn to hover and normal. So if I boost and then press right click, I'll switch to normal. You are far away, but I can. But if I press F, I'll start to hover. Same thing while I'm in hover mode now. My left is now normal, and my right is now boost. So if I press F, I'll go into normal, and if I right click, I'll go into boost. It's not that hard. F is left.
It's a pretty simple thing when you get used to it. I made it so that it'd be more versatile.
Yep. And as Supersonic, a lot of his moves are semi the same, they're just a lot better and stronger. So that being said, the first slot, homing attack, if you have like a really strong mob, you can like have like Ravagers for this. Yep. Like I said, it's basic homing attack, except you'll notice I just force shot that Ravager. That thing has like 100 health, so I did at least 25 per hit. At least. And I basically just one-shot all normal enemies. It's not even. Normally these take 2 homing attacks in base form, just takes 1. So like I said, I do at least bare minimum 25 per hit. Because I can force shot a Ravager. So yeah, all in all, very powerful. One thing I will note is you don't have the Q and F sidestep, but that's going to be compensated for in the next slot, which, you know, we'll go over in just a second here. Alright, so for this next part, I'm going to have my buddy Sonic here show off the super combo first, since it's super flashy. You want to get those good angles. Alright, so for the next segment, we're going over the Super Combo Flurry. This thing has several different functions, but for right now, we're going to go over the basics, sort of. This is what you use most of the time when you're fighting any boss, any Titan in Sonic Frontiers, and that's the energy fists. So you hold Super Combo Flurry, you just want to right click, and then a combination of fists and kicks will come out, and they'll deal damage and knockback to whatever you hit. You just simply hold it and you just press right click. They do a lot of damage. They just decimate it, especially since you can spam it. It's really, really powerful.
Oh, but that was it. That actually be still cool, but that's still boring. So I added a bit more.
Indeed. If you punch anyone with it, actually, it'll be sent into the distance. Yep. So all you have to do is left click, and they'll be knocked back into the distance. You can actually combo this by pressing shift and right click, and you'll quickly dash behind them. And you can actually do this a couple of times as well. So you can kind of do a combo chain if you time it correctly, which we're gonna try to.
Right, exactly. Right.
And of course, for some reason they hit a surface, it'll explode because, you know, they're knocking it back at high speed. Let's show that off one more time. Nice. And to make up for
that is one of my favorite moves.
Yeah, it's so strong. It's so good too. And to make up for the dash, the side steps, we've replaced that with Q, allowing you to do a quick dash in whatever direction you're looking. So if you want to show that off real quick.
So, yeah, this Q does a quick dash, so that'll help you while fighting.
Yep, especially in mid-aerial moves, it lets you just make quick mid-air adjustments. And it also just looks so cool. So as we mentioned before, a lot of Sonic's base abilities are still here. They've just been upgraded. So like the first thing, the melee attacks, which is this little rush. It's just a quick little couple punches, super fast, and of course they just deal much more damage. But yeah,
they still are meant for light damage, so the increase. It's like if you just want to peg someone. If you really want to hit someone, you can use the energy.
Of course.
Alright, so the next melee attack is Stomp. So same as always, you just jump up in the air and right click.
This also can be very useful for combo starters. For example, if you want to combo that with the homing attack.
Oh right, that.
You haven't used this in a while, huh? You can kind of.
Yeah, no, I'm still getting used. It's actually a bit of a lag. Anyway.
Well, that's fine with my
It's a neat combo.
Yeah, so it's just a little neat combo extender if you ever want to use it. Anyway, next I believe is once more the favorite still.
Oh no, actually we were one away from that. I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
Spin slash.
Best for last. Okay, next thing is Spin Slash. This is exactly how it is in Frontiers. It's just a quick charging move that does a you know, just a Spin Slash. And the cool thing about this is that it compensates depending on how much health your opponent has. So it stacks. So if I spawn, for example, let's do an Illager, shall we? An Illager? No, it's a Pillager.
Which
sorry.
one?
A Pillager. I'm sorry.
Oh, right.
So if you use that now, you see, it still took a couple of hits, right? It still took a couple of hits for it to
Yeah,
die.
basically what he's trying to say is the attack deals more damage based on how big the target is.
Indeed, yeah. So it compensates. So basically, no matter who you're fighting, it's going to be extremely strong. Alright, and next.
It deals more damage to bigger targets. Anyway, now finally.
Yeah, the favorite.
I've been waiting for it.
Absolutely. Let's get this nice angle going, shall we? Let's get this really nice angle going. Oh, you weren't quite far enough to show it off. Right? Go a bit far. Oh yeah. It actually kind of looks like a lightning bolt, which is crazy. It looks like a lightning bolt.
Even the texture on it is a lightning bolt.
You literally look like a lightning bolt just striking down, which just looks so cool. It's just awesome. Next up is the ranged moves. Like I said, most things are the same, except they're just stronger. And this is especially shown with Sonic Boom, as now just destroying blocks, there's a whole explosion. It's really insane. He just destroyed this whole... Yeah, it speaks for itself.
I do not recommend to use this in your house.
Yeah, bases, just no. It's just absolutely... This is Dragon Ball Z stuff right here. Oh, it's so great.
But if we move on to a more controlled move, we got Golden Shot, so something on the
You hit me.
You
You did. Let me stand back. I'll show this at a distance. If it still targets me, to laugh. Okay. That doesn't do any explosion terrain damage, but it still does really the high damage. And of course, the benefit of it being homing. In fact, we're gonna show this off real quick. I'm gonna turn it to nighttime. And I have a present for you. Everyone's favorite mob that everyone asks for some reason, which I will never understand.
the Phantom.
Yes, the Phantom. We're gonna show this off with one of these. Let me stand back, of course. Yep. Another super fun thing that was added with Supersonic and Frontiers, and is a very favorite of mine, is the counters. The parries in our super form is super good. So the first thing we have is the Super Grand Slam. So let's show this off. If you can have a nice
Okay,
rapture.
this one is so cool. It took me the longest time to make, but it was worth it. Like you get that.
Are you in survival?
Wrong guy.
Are you in survival?
1 second. There we go.
Okay, so it works like usual. You press right click, you get stunned, you wait for a nice hit, and then what you do, you want to right click again, and oh, it's so great. Oh, it's just so cool. One more time.
Yeah, fine. One more time. This time, oh wait, I think I was recording that. Oh, nice. All right. Anyway, come on. One more time.
Hey, buddy. Hi. You're dead now. Oh yeah, I think that might be one of my that might be my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite. All right, next one, because there's 3, one for each major boss.
I made 3 of these. Yeah, we were thinking of making 2, but then yeah, I was like, there are 3 types.
Yeah, I originally it was just gonna be the slam and then the one you use on the knight. I didn't think the throw would be, you know, all that great, but I mean he made it. So with that being said, this is the one used on the Wyvern. This is the Raging Throw, as Sonic dubbed it. So, looked pretty cool. Yeah, you just throw them around and then... Yeah, you just throw them in whatever direction you're looking with a nice explosive...
I recorded that, oh my god. Yeah, you'll see it later, but like...
And then, of course, the last parry / counter is the one he used on the Knights. This is dubbed the Multi-Fury. So we're getting like a nice hefty mob for this one. Hey, buddy. Depending on if Sonic feels like it, that might look a bit more flashy.
Yeah.
I think that might look a bit more flashy in the final version, depending if Sonic feels like adding a nice boom to that. But yeah, I just one-shot him. That's yeah, he's dead now. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the cinematic angle looked really cool because the dude just fell right next to me.
I tried to kick him next to you. That was the objective there, but I'm glad it worked.
Nice. It did come out really well. Like,
But yeah, that was the that was all 3 of the counters and parries. And if I do say so myself, I think yeah. That's I don't think anyone else could ask.
I personally did a good job with them. I don't know, what do you think?
That was spot on. I don't know what anyone else could ask for. That was great. Alright, but now it's time to move on to another cool aspect of this, which once more Sonic is going to be going over, and that is these right here, the Cyloops, of which once more there are 3, and they all look awesome. So I'm gonna give him the head, and yeah, we're gonna move on with that. So here you go. If you want to go ahead and put that on for me.
Alright.
Got it. Here's all the Chaos Emeralds. And then me, I'm going to be going back into Spectator, and yeah, let's go over these ones. So, normally, all the Cyloop does is it just carries them in the air, but this one's a little bit special. If you want to show this off, the first one is I don't know what it's called, but I mean, you might want to.
Yeah, for some reason I can't turn with this.
Yeah, the turning things is kind of messed up with the server, but I'm keeping this in.
I get what you mean. You can't turn with this.
I'm keeping all this in, by the way. It's gonna go in. Hey, so
guys,
yeah,
we're back on the single player world.
Yeah, because once more the Cyloop uses flight, and so with that being said, of course you wouldn't be able to turn in the multiplayer world we're in, so we're just gonna show it off real quick.
Yeah, so as you can see, we are able to turn in here, which is kind of important for the Cyloop. So it works similar to it did in base form, as in like you have to close the figure for it to activate.
You have to close the figure, then trigger it again, and then it'll... But yeah, this is the first one. This is Cyloop Cyclone. It does exactly what it does in the game. It's just a little tornado that carries the mobs in the air, and it kind of stuns them, so they can't really attack, but you can attack them. They can still do some things, but yeah, that's the first one.
All you do is you encircle them with the Cyloop, and you can Cyclone them. But we added a double feature as well, so you do it
of course,
again.
If you Cyloop them twice, the second Cyloop effect activates. In this case, it's just really heavy gravity, so they get dragged to the floor and they get stunned for a good bit, but they can move again. And of course, during both times, well, he didn't really show up, but you can attack freely as you want to.
Oh yeah, I didn't show that because I didn't want to kill these guys immediately. But as you can see, I am free to attack them as well.
Yep. Use any of your moves that you want to. And then, of course, the same with the double side. Yep.
Right, so as I think we discussed, there are 3 different Cyloops. This was just Cyclone mode. But there's also Chain mode and Spike mode, so we're going to go through those. So this is gonna be... So using this, they're chained and the ranged attacks don't work. Like Spillager.
Yep, they can't move or anything like that. But if you do a double Cyloop...
again. Oh wait,
yep.
Oh,
you didn't.
Yeah, if you Cyloop them again, they get trapped in bigger chains.
Yep, and now they're completely stopped. All actions are done for. You can see his animations for pulling back the bow and stuff. So yeah.
Let me just try that again.
So yeah, the difference is it's just first degree stun, and then the second one is just ultimate stun, and they can't do anything. That's pretty much it.
Spike mode, we have, you just right click and...
Yeah, so it's kind of like Cyclone mode, but what the benefit is, they take damage while they're in it. But the takeaway is that they can still shoot you and whatnot. So they're not as trapped / stunned as they are in Cyclone mode. That's the difference between the two, just to differentiate them a bit. But the benefit is that they're taking spike damage, or spear damage, whatever. And, of course, like the other ones, it has the double variant, which this one, instead of just slamming them to the ground, it slams a giant spear on them. When it comes from the sky, it's a bigger spear. It'll impale them, drag them to the ground, and it'll pin them for like a few seconds before exploding. It's just a really cool Cyloop, and it's accurate to the games, which is what we were going for.
And now, resuming back on the normal multiplayer world, we're going to go over the quick Cyloops just real quick. So if you want to show those off.
Yeah, so it's a shift plus right click to use this.
And it just looks so cool. Quickly hurt him a bunch.
You can use 2 on a full charge. So.
Yep. And just to, I'm going to go over the double Cyloops too. So what the double Cyloops will do for the first one is it'll just drag them to the floor. Do you want me to? Yeah, okay, you killed it. So basically it'll just drag them to the floor and keep them stunned there, allowing you to just get more hits in and whatnot. So that's what the first double Cyloop effect for the first one does. We're going to go over the second one real quick. This is the chains.
Alright, so just press Q to switch, and you'll switch right into the chain.
Well, ideally we would have shown that off, but yeah. So first layer of chains is just this. It's just stunned them, but then the
they
second
can still
layer,
move and everything, but if you use chain again,
yeah, they're completely stunned. And, look, even his animations stop midway. They're stunned in every way possible until the effect disappears. can never nail that, huh?
Hey, it's not my fault if it's lagging, man.
It's working just fine for me. That sounds like a skill issue. But anyway, the third one.
Well, I think it's more of a country issue, man.
The third one.
Alright, anyway.
Is,
Third one is probably the
best
the
looking
hardest to make graphically.
Yeah, that too. The spears. So the double side loop for this is a slamming spear. A giant spear just comes slamming down, stabs them, impales them for a bit, and then it just explodes. Which, I mean, again, it just looks so cool. But yeah, that's a double side loop.
To the mind of a different kind, we've been growing so. Guess you don't really
Going over the final thing, which is his special / ultimate, it's the Phantom Rush, and rather than it just being more of that, like it is in the games, we kind of combined it with the outro cinematic for the Giganto / Giganto fight, however you pronounce it. We combine them together. So we're gonna show that off now. He's gonna summon a Wither, and hopefully this goes off well. Hi, buddy. I don't like you. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so that's how that looks.
I wasn't spectator mode. Oh yeah.
No, it's fine. You don't need to be in the frame, but yeah.
No, because like you were looking for me at the end.
Oh. But yeah, that's how it looks. We're gonna show it off with like a normal ground mob, so you'll be able to see clearly and see how powerful it is. We're gonna do a quick ward in here. Make sure you reset my thing before you summon it, though, preferably.
Ah, got it.
Thank you. And yeah, just quick warden.
Alright, so we're gonna summon a warden. Let's just make sure it doesn't land up in a hole.
Oh, my game. Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. Up, I hear it sniffing for me. Hopefully. Okay, here it is. Alright, you ready? You good?
I'm ready.
Alright, here we go. It just looks so cool. That's the strongest mob. This basically will one-shot anything in vanilla. And most modded things too, honestly. I don't know what I haven't.
Most modded things don't have 500 health.
They have more, yeah. I fought
Most
things.
don't, like,
Well, I'll just take
a
my
lot
word for it.
of others do. but,
Take
yeah.
my word for it. I fought modded things with this. Everything I fought with this so far has just been one shot. So unless you fight, I don't know, maybe Mobzilla or something, which you can't. I think this is fine.
Yeah, the creator of Earthspawn was like, nah, I quit. So.
But yeah, I haven't fought a single mob with this that hasn't been one shot. So yeah, it's really strong. But honestly, the only thing that's left to go over is the timer.
So in the games, the way it works is your time limit depends on how many rings you have. But since you can have a lot of them, we just gave you a base of 5 minutes. Since it's just a fair amount of time. So yeah, as you can see, the timer's slowly ticking down. After 5 minutes, that'll go up, and Sonic will hopefully demonstrate here when that timer goes up. You will be detransformed. So yeah, you get a 5-minute timer as super before you're going to be put on cooldown.
I'm just setting that lower so it goes down.
Yep. And as you can see, the timer is pretty much over. So now he will
You go back to base.
Yep. And just to be fair, normally in the games, the Chaos Emeralds would scatter and you have to get them again, but since they're kind of expensive to get in the data pack that we have here, you just get them back. You do, however, have a cooldown before you can transform super again, however long we decide that will be.
Yeah,
so yeah,
you won't be able to turn super immediately, obviously.
Yep, for balancing reasons, otherwise that would be really, really overpowered because He's already overpowered. You literally can't kill him. So, yeah. But yeah, that's just a timer, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, quick thanks to Sonic Rush X12. The link of his channel will be in the description. He made this wonderful data pack that he slaved over for months over. We're just gonna go fight for it. Yeah, listen, you see this guy right here? He worked hard on this. And go to his channel. Hit the subscribe button, please. And if you feel like supporting a little bit more, he has a $5. That's how I got this. That's how I got this whole massive Sonic Frontiers thing. So, if you feel like paying him money, do that. You got any final notes you wanna say before we close this video out?
Nah, not really. Thanks for noticing my work. Thanks for the commission. It was a good experience.
And head hurting inducing, I can only assume.
Yeah, it was saying a bit of delay, but it was nice doing a commission, a real commission for once.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. So we hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, and enjoy this data pack. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on his channel and mine, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
I'm here to go beyond my limit, not to compromise. And you can tell me if I mean it, looking in my eyes. Cause I've been waiting for my moment to strike. So come close, let me show you what it's like. Yeah, you can try to stand in my path, but you're gonna regret it. I'll be the one who laughs while I'm making my exit. Cause this is only for the strong of heart, not if you get it. And no matter what the outcome, you better accept it. I can cut it now, I can bury the pain, so you don't seeing double vision. Take a seat, I'm on a mission. We got everything to gain. To become everything you're not. You just give it all you got and take the pleasure with the pain. Yeah, I can feel my fire awaken. No time for being complacent. There's a dream on the horizon. You know we gotta chase it. And when we get to where we're going, then we start the invasion. That's me, but you must be mistaken. You know I'll turn you into rust. Break you right down to dust. And like you were the best. Well, you haven't met. Fire and rain. Call me Rocker McCain. I'm not letting you go. Tell me I will go. When we dance with sunshine, I've been there and I've seen it. I'm never gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. Now here we go. It's the end of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You're